Thank you. Good evening. First of all, thanks Manoj, Mayuresh. I don't know whether you remember. We made a pitch in a bakery. We didn't have a place to even meet. We didn't have a deck. We just had an idea, and they said, "Do you believe this?" And we were talking AI in 2016, 17, when people had not even heard of what AI was. Been a long journey. They're still supporting us. I'd love to be. We hope to grow much more than what we have grown to now. But what's happened is that what you're seeing Clootrack today is the fifth or the sixth avatar. And I keep teasing, my wife keep teasing that you guys will give up only when you reach 10. So it keeps happening like that. But basically, what's happened is that our journey is essentially the way in which AI itself has grown. We started with a small idea with IIT Madras. We were one of the few guys to get a patent on text classification before it was heard as text classification. We took that idea, we didn't start with this, we started helping companies to be more effective on social media. We had a product called Clootrack, which if you gave an idea would tweet on your behalf and continuously do it with various ideas. That's how we started. It became quite a hit, took a turn, a lot of politicians started using it, but there was no money in it. Then we got a breakthrough, we presented what we could do, and we found one of the big four guys suddenly coming in and saying, guys, can you operationalize this for us? We didn't realize what the depth of the problem was. But over a period of time, since 2017, what we have found is that there's been truth in the word that says SaaS is dead. It is truly dead because it created a lot of different silos of information. There was huge amounts of information that actually landed on CXO desks without any intelligence in it. There was no insights. There was no, people would say, okay, this is happening. But most often, most companies would face the question, so what if my sentiment, or what if my Instagram views are so much? Where does it hit the bottom line or the top line? So essentially what's happened is that over the last 10 years, we have been recognized. We are a tier A partner with OpenAI. We are now partnering with quite a few other labs as well. And we are loved and trusted by customers. We work with all four of the big four now. We also work with the top 20 of the 50 hedge and PE funds in the world. We are available across, let's say. One of the things that we realized was that do not fight battles where you cannot compete with a Claude or with a OpenAI or with somebody else. So then what do you do? But companies are moving into this. Companies are using these tools. So what exactly can you bring in? The problem is that most enterprises go the IBM way. Basically, even today, a lot of the core systems still run COBOL, still run mainframes. The problem is that most of the data that they need is deterministic. It's like getting your bank balance. You would not go to a Claude and ask what your bank balance is, because each time you ask it, it's going to give you something else. And that's not how enterprises run. They need a changing environment. Every CEO today says, I have an AI budget, but down the line, nobody knows what to do with that AI budget. The low-hanging fruits have been caught, in sense like advertisements have been made with AI, cat images have been made with AI, customer calls are now robotic, there are robocallers, BPO is looking at a threat, but what next? Where do decisions come from? Do they really say which supply chain is under threat? Which product feature to build? How much do I invest or how much do I discount on any platform? These are things that are changing, but what people want is that there are some things that we heard over the last couple of months is there are many things. It's not just SaaS is dead. They said most interfaces are dead. Dashboards are dead, PowerPoints are dead, PDFs are dead, reports are dead. Then what's alive? What's alive is the things that all of us are using. A Claude interface, a Copilot interface, something like what people would call a specific harness. So one of the things that we are noticing is many companies, including very large banks, you will see announcements, XYZ company got 50,000 seats of Copilot or 100,000 seats of Claude. What are they doing with it? Actually, is that it's becoming the single work front, just like the browsers became the work front for the internet, like the Chrome became the work front for the internet or whatever. Most of these tools are becoming the interface. So you don't need to really invest in UI, you don't really need to invest in a lot of UX. Make sure that your data is believable, harnessable, and answerable, and allow these tools to work with it. That's the theory that's worked. What's happening is that we believe, and we do see this happening rapidly. One of the other camps, we feel 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe all 4 will survive going ahead. But essentially, they will be the browsers of the new age. They'll have intelligence. That's where they'll go. They do not want hundreds of competing products. They don't want hundreds of competing SaaS tools that are coming in, including people like Salesforce have said, let me open up my data to one of these and let Claude answer or let Copilot answer. I'm not interested in building an interface. The interface is there for legacy systems, but I don't need to do this anymore. So what do we actually do? What's Clootrack done is that we have now become the piping or the plumbing. Not very sexy, not very glamorous, but it's there. You can't live without it. We are embedding ourselves into the walls of the enterprise. We pipe your data, internal data, external data. We build the enterprise knowledge on top of this data, and we open it up to your front ends. You want to create fancy PowerPoints, you want to create fancy presentations for CEO, you want to ask your ChatGPT to create that answer for you. We become the reliable data layer below this. So the reason why we did this is that if you go today and ask most enterprises, they will tell you a lot of their pilots. A big challenge is not competition. Many times in our board meetings, people ask, what's your challenge? Our challenge is the myth, or at least the belief, that a lot of companies feel that it's become so easy that we will build the solution ourselves. We have Claude, we have Copilot, we have Gemini, we can build this ourselves. That's been the challenge. But I don't know whether it's a coincidence or whatever, there are no large-scale successes that have actually come out with internal efforts. And we have known, including very conservative banks going out and buying AI companies saying that, okay, let's build all our apps on it. But it didn't work. The thing is that there are certain things that actually happen. None of these things have really gone off. They've been there. There's the reason, again, I'll go back to the COBOL example, why it still exists, is that there is regulatory complexity, there are business outcomes that you need to be responsible for. Ultimately, you need to be responsible both your top line and your bottom line. And that cannot be generative. That has to be dollars and cents, and that's where we are. One of the things that happened is that we said we could do typically a lot of different use cases, but our strength is in CPG and retail, and that's where we are. We work with a lot of different brands, and what you see here are all the contexts and all the ways in which people have taught us, our customers have taught us, and they've become fancily what we call as agents. Essentially, these are calls or tools that already know what's under your data, and the CEO or CXO can come back and say, how can I grow X million in the next 3 months? It'll go through 20 different data sets, right from your CRM to your supply chain to manufacturing to everything, and come back with an answer saying, do these 5 things. And how do we give our output? This is how we do our output. We are able to gather both online and offline data, internal data. We provide the internal 2 boxes. We create the data hygiene. We create the entity detections. We create the pipelines. We create your knowledge as an AI workflow, and give you decisions on this. This is not just fancy text. What it actually comes is that we are trying to own all 4 of this, and we are allowing the customer to own the 5th one, which is to build their own agents. If tomorrow somebody wants to say, how do I perform better on Amazon versus Walmart, they can build it using the platform. This is the only output that goes to the client. This is what they get. actually do this, and we will impact your revenue by this much. Do this, and we'll increase your SKU count by this much. We actually say, we own the first column. We actually say, replace this, destroy this, withdraw this. That's what we do. And that's what we wanted to share with you. Thanks once again for this opportunity. Thank you so much.